Well, hi. Today is Monday, March 24th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. Did you have a good weekend? I did. It was a pretty full weekend. Started off on Friday night. I got an opportunity to go see a friend do a little rodeo at the PRCA rodeo at the MAC. And on Friday, well, check out this video. Joe Bush of Neola is a steer wrestler. He actually went first. Out of 26 competitors, there was 10 on Friday and another 16 on Saturday. And Joe finished in a tie for third. How about that? Got his steer down in a time of 4.4 seconds, and we're all real proud of him. Way to go, Joe! And that was fun to watch. Had a great time there. Thanks to everyone. For making that happen. Thanks, Jamie. Had a wonderful time. Also on Saturday, I headed over to Neola for the NAMI Walks kickoff event, and that is being put on by NAMI Southwest Iowa. And NAMI Walks is going to be happening on May 17th at River's Edge Park in Council Bluffs. They'll be going across the pedestrian bridge and back, and yours truly is going to be emceeing the event. I'm really looking forward to it and had a wonderful time on Saturday, and I'm excited to be a part of this organization. Coming up in just a little bit, we are going to be visiting with Hayden Waldstein. Hayden and his father, Travis, started Waldstein Plumbing, but Hayden's really heading this thing up, and had a chance to talk with him a little bit. And actually, the full conversation is out on their latest episode of Circle of Trades, but we're going to bring you part of it here on this show. And then if you would like to see the entire thing, you can head over and watch it on Circle of Trades on the YouTube channel. We'll put a link here in the description so you can go and see that. In the meantime, I wanted to let you know that S&B Country Kennel has become the top spot in Southwest Iowa when you need to know your dog will receive only the best. Boarding, daycare, grooming, self-washing, training, even a membership available to a dog park that's over an acre in size. S&B Country Kennel also has rescue dogs, so check them out for adoption possibilities. S&B Country Kennel, located just west of I-29 on Bunkie Avenue, south of Council Bluffs. Since 1870, Avila Bank has been providing Iowans with high-quality financial products and services to fit their needs. Whether you need a loan, would like to start a new business account, need to save money for a trip, or maybe you're looking to open a personal checking account, Avila's qualified bankers can help you with all that and more. Visit them online at avila.bank to learn more. Hayden Waldstein, how are you this morning, sir?
It's good. Another day living the dream, as they like to go through and say.
Well, that's true. But also, in a way, I mean, you kind of are, because, I mean, people and that are about in your age bracket, there's not a lot of them that have their own company that are serving as a contractor, a subcontractor, or wherever that you are at with that, with Waldstein Plumbing. And you have really achieved a lot in a short amount of time. And I would just wanted to take an opportunity to say congratulations and well done on that, sir.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, most of it I couldn't do by myself. I mean, a lot of the success, comes with the help of office staff, employees, my dad, and then some different people as mentors. I mean, if you think you can do it all yourself, you're wrong. I mean, it takes more than just one person to make a dream like this come to fruition.
Let's talk about as you grew up in the trades, essentially, from a very young age, that you were helping out with air serve heating and air conditioning and exposed to a lot of different areas, and also branching out and doing a few things on your own in the meantime. But what was that process like that led to where you're at now? Because your base is, this is how you were raised in order to go into these kind of fields.
Oh, let's start it out. I got put with all the jobs that the installers didn't want to do. So I was with Kelly and guys. So it was going through, wrapping the ductwork with insulation, using duct seal, getting up in the attics or the tight crawl spaces. So, for a lot of years, I did all the stuff that the other journeymen and apprentices and stuff that he had didn't want to do. That's what I got stuck doing with for a lot of years.
But talk about what it means to have that knowledge, though, because even though you may not be doing that now, you have a very good understanding about all of this different steps that go into that. You're talking, this is stuff that other people don't want to do, but yet it's still necessary. It has to be done.
Yeah, I mean it's part of the job. I don't care if it's plumbing, electrical, HVAC, office job. Every single job's got a portion of it that you don't want to go through and do. And everyone has their preference. And I mean, call it for what it is. I mean, it's a necessary evil as part of the industry. I mean, a lot of times on for plumbers, they don't like to go through and do drain cleaning. There's people that don't consider drain cleaning plumbing. So it really just depends who you talk to. They consider different facets. I mean, HVAC, it's going through if you have to deal with like asbestos insulation or if you have to go through and wrap ductwork with insulation. No one likes doing it, but it's part of the job to go through and do it. And I mean, over time, I mean, if you're going to be in the industry, you have to know at least some portion how to do it, what it looks like to be done correctly, what it looks like to not be done correctly if you're going to be part of this industry.
How far back does your idea and your dream of having a plumbing company go? Because as we talked about, you grew up in HVAC. So when did that start to feel like that was the route you wanted to go?
There was just a need for it. I mean, we were getting a lot more calls for it. We were already heavy in the hydronics and water heaters and water softeners uh, for several years, and we were just getting more and more phone calls for, can you do this in plumbing? Can you do this in plumbing? And I dealt a lot with diesel power generation, heat and air conditioning, and water purification when I was in the Marine Corps. I mean, I learned a lot of good stuff, especially on the water purification side. Just my time out in Japan and stuff like that, working with the LIPS and the TWIP systems that the Marine Corps has. It made me especially want to get more into the water filtration side of it. Um, but yeah, as far as that, I mean, there's definitely different parts to it. I mean, I saw a need in the industry and I mean, a need in the area and decided that, well, I mean, we need to go through and do it. Looking back at it now, I probably wish we would have started about 3 or 4 years sooner, but I mean, that's behind us now. Just got to keep moving forward.
How different is it as now you are in the middle of it and you are actively running the business and getting the work done versus when you were just had the idea that you wanted to get into that? Is there a difference between those two things? I mean, are you being surprised by anything, or is everything kind of just the way you thought it would be?
I know there's a big difference between working in and working on the business. When you're working in the business, it's a lot more hands on versus when you're going through and running it, you're working on the business. I mean, the one part I hate about owning a business is all the paperwork involved with it. If I didn't have to do the paperwork, it wouldn't be a problem. But it
Yeah,
just drives me nuts sitting at a desk all day. But it's
there
necessary even on the technician side. There's
there
still
are a lot of things that, regardless of what the business is, that are the same. I'm guessing that with I have a media business, you have a plumbing business, but I'm guessing when it comes to the business side, there's a lot of commonalities there that
yeah.
we all have to do it, and that is, I believe, what can really set apart a business from okay, you have a job versus you have a business and transitioning yourself from actual hands-on all the time to obviously the company's still fairly new, so there's a lot of times you have to be on the job sites, you have to be doing some of those things because you haven't had time to grow into that yet, but eventually it's going to be less and less, I would imagine.
Unfortunately, I mean, I'll call it for what it is. I'd much rather be hands on doing the work than sitting in the office. But at the end of the day, I mean, if I'm hands on in the field every single day, it just makes it tough to grow because I have to be going out talking to customers, doing estimates, quoting stuff to ensure that the journeyman and the apprentice and the drain cleaner that we have on staff, keep them fed, keep them going through and working, making sure they at least get their 40 and everything else. And I mean, that all takes time. It's it's work in the field, but it's a different kind of work, if that makes sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense. Yes, and as well, where are you at right now? How many people do you have on staff?
I have two journeymen, two apprentices, and a drain cleaner, and we're currently looking for a new customer service representative for the front end in the office that we're going through and looking for right now to kind of answer the phones and do some outbound calling and stuff like that.
That's a huge responsibility. That and have you? I'm trying to imagine what it feels like as that staff continues to grow. That the sense of responsibility that everything that you do and everything that you do with this business is now supporting not just your family, but all of these other families too.
Yeah, no, I go through and feel it, and that's why I go through and they go through and ask, well, why do we have to do X, Y, and Z? It's like, well, this is part of the job. This is what has to get done. So we can go through and get paid because call it what it is. At the end of the day, if the business doesn't make money, the employees don't make money. So business has to make money if you want to go through and have a paycheck. It's one of those kind of important little details when you go into business because it doesn't run on fairy tales and fairy dust. I mean, you could have money in the bank, otherwise
Right.
that math doesn't work.
Yeah, that's very true. What have you done to with different types of marketing for something like this? I know that there are people who have been thinking about maybe starting a business, and that's a big hurdle. Is how do you get the word out about what it is that you're doing? What kind of processes have you gone through with that?
A lot of stuff is word of mouth, local social media, stuff like that. I mean, I'll call it for what it is. I mean, there's so many different avenues to go through with marketing. You could throw a lot of good money at bad, and you could spend not that much money and get a ton of calls from it. It's kind of been a trial and error. Like, well, you spent a lot of money on this and that didn't work. We got a fancy poster out of it, but that's about it. And so, I mean, it's one of those deals. It's trial and error. Every business has its own niche. They'll have the specific clientele that they market to, and um, we go through and try to market that clientele as best as possible. As far as just making sure the word gets out there for this is what our products and services are, and everything else. And it's just kind of a trial and error right now. I mean, eventually we'll go through. I'm sure we'll have it down to a T. But I mean, we're just uh, this month we're 1 year and 1 month in uh, having the wall send plumbing fully open on there. I mean, there's some paperwork stuff that it technically started sooner, but I mean, when we're actually doing business, I mean, the business is barely just a year old. So I mean, it takes time to go through and get those processes and procedures and everything established and put in place for the business to be fully functional.
The entire Circle of Trades episode is available online on YouTube and also on Spotify and across other audio platforms. We have the link to the YouTube channel here in the description. So just click on that and you can see the rest of my conversation that I had with Hayden Waldstein. Just Sue Creative can help you build your business with website design, search engine optimization, content creation, marketing, everything you need to take your company to the next level. Sue Pitts has a passion for small businesses, helping them thrive in a digital world. A great starting point is by visiting her website, justsuecreative.com, and then schedule a free consultation. It's easy. Just click on that free consultation button, and you're on your way. Sue also helped me with my website, lesssalesmedia.com. She can help you too. Visit justsuecreative.com. Technology should work for you, not against you. At ThinkSpace IT in Walnut, they provide expert IT solutions to keep your business running smoothly and securely. From cybersecurity and cloud services to network management and tech support, they simplify IT so you can focus on what matters most. Stay protected, stay connected, Stay ahead. Visit ThinkSpaceIT.com. ThinkSpace IT, technology simplified. Again, had a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to a great week as we finally made it into spring. And what comes with spring? Rain. We got a lot of it in the forecast later on this weekend. Still haven't made it out to go camping yet. And, we had heard from Jeff Franco from Potawatomi Conservation on the show last week that he's hoping that the water will be turned back on in the county park system by the end of the month. They have to depend on knowing that they're going to stay above freezing because they don't want to have any issues with pipes freezing there. So cross our fingers. Maybe we'll get the showers working and the bathrooms working at the county park systems and be able to enjoy camping once again throughout the county. It's I have a great time doing it, and I'm looking forward to getting back out there again. That's it for today's show. Thank you so much for being a part of it. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.